Hello, everybody. This is Dave Wallace coming to you from my home here in Wahiawa, Hawaii, and welcome to Monday Talk Story Time. Tonight, I'd like to talk about seeing auras. Okay, there are two skills that I developed as a child that dealt with my ability to see things that other people couldn't. The first and most important one was see spirits. And like any other skill, when you first acquire a new skill that you've never encountered before, it takes a while for your mind to accept what you're seeing. Your mind needs to develop and interpret what you're seeing to make sense. So, for me, when I first started seeing spirits, when I first saw them, I didn't recognize them as spirits. Okay, it took me a while, several days, to figure out, oh, what I'm looking at, these things that are moving around, they're not shadows. They have to be something else. And what is this? So it took me a while to figure it out. Okay. It wasn't all of a sudden, but I can see spirits and I know what I'm seeing. Now, it took me a while to figure it out. Same thing with auras. And this is something that I could see. I believe I was seeing auras even before my accident. And these are colors that used to appear around people. And as a kid, I used to talk about rainbows and all these colors. And sometimes even my sketches of people, I'd be putting colors around them. And when my teachers used to see this, they would like, what is this? And so I used to tell them, oh, they're the rainbows around people. And nobody could understand what I was talking about. In fact, it took me uh, until my mid-teens, actually late teens and early 20s, to realize that what I was seeing around people were people's auras. And everybody has auras, okay? And they're different colors, they're different shapes. Some auras are big and expansive, others are pulled in and really tight to the body. And so what I was seeing is actually something that is part of the natural world. Everything in nature has energy and it generates its own energy. And sometimes things in nature generate energy to help communicate with us. And all we need to do is develop the skill and learn how to interpret what we're seeing. So, this aura, and I know there's a lot of people asking me, Dave, can you read my aura, blah, blah, blah. And up until now, I've been kind of like reluctant because what I see a lot of times is disappointing to other people. And, but the longer and more you do read people's auras and you're able to understand what you're seeing and you make connections between what you're seeing visually, what you're feeling intuitively, and by the actions of the person that is speaking, the way they behave. All of that is part of the package, and the aura is just one reflection of the nature of the person at that time, at that moment in time. So just because you see a color, that surrounds that, you attach a meaning to it, it doesn't mean the person is like that all the time. No. The thing about the aura is that it changes depending on the situation and how this person is feeling about himself, how the person is responding to stress or other situations in life. And so the aura changes based on how the person is reacting and whether the person is healthy or sick. So these are some of the things that we need to be aware of when we are doing auras. And for people asking me for their aura reading, I try and say, I don't want to do it because it's just a snapshot of what I see right now. 10 minutes from now, it may change. Or right after I give you the aura reading and you feel better about yourself, whole change. Okay, so that's why I hesitate on doing doing aura readings. However, the importance of seeing aura and understanding um, the colors associated with the aura, the brightness, how large the field is, as a healer and a person uh, working with other people. This is a one indication of how the person is feeling at that moment, and it can uh, it's a window into that person's health, mental health, emotional health, and where that person is functioning right now. And since we're dealing in healing, since we're dealing with the moment, it can really the color of the person's aura and the depth of the aura field around them, it will tell you, will help you determine the best way to help a person. Okay, so when I was a kid, I noticed that uh, if I really be quiet and look around in the environment, and the way I found that I could see auras is I, instead of looking at a person directly, like instead of looking at me in my eyes with my face, take a look on the side, okay? And just past the person. And just like you're looking around the person to the background. And if the background is good, like I have white walls, we have white walls in our home. So if I'm standing closer to the wall, you can see there's a neutral color in me. If you focus on the neutral color behind me, look around me, then you can begin seeing the aura field develop around. And the aura field can be as wide. In fact, the more healthy and more confident the person is putting out a lot of energy, good vibes. The aura field keeps on expanding. Some of these aura fields that I've seen around people that are very, very, very confident, really good people, growing up on Molokai, their aura field could fill an entire room, you know. So especially there are some church members, when they spoke and they got up on the pulpit in church, even as a kid, I would be mesmerized by this person. The power in their words, the power in their presence, their field of energy just expanded beyond them. And so these people were very confident and sure of what they were saying, and it showed in their energy field. However, there are other people also that was walking around not too confident, not too happy with themselves. And their aura field, instead of being white and bright and out, it will be pulled in closer around their body and look dull. The colors weren't vibrant. The colors weren't healthy. And so this was an indication that something was bothering a person. And even as a child and throughout most of my life, these are some of the things that I was able to see in people in going to the store, okay, going to Costco. These are some things that stand out. And Costco is really cool because a lot of times when you're walking in, there's these rows on your left-hand side, the Costco in Waikele, okay, or Waipio. Anyway, so the Costco in Waipio, as soon as you walk in, a lot of times there's these displays off on your left, and sometimes when I'm passing the displays and I look off to the side, I feel energy being pulled. And as a healer, when I feel energy being pulled away from me, I know somebody's not doing well. Okay, they're either sick, sad, or something's happening with them emotionally. So energy is pulled away from me. And so when I look and just give a glance at where the energy is flowing to, and it's normally a person, and when I look at the person, the field, the aura field is really close and packed in. So the energy, the body is trying to reserve or conserve energy by not putting out as much energy as possible. So that is a sign to me that this person is not doing well, either mentally, emotionally, or physically. Okay? So when people come in to see me for healings, this is one of the first things I look for, reading their aura. And again, the colors that we associate, the colors in the aura, are the same colors associated with the different chakras, the 7 main chakras. There are literally much more. There's something like 27 chakras located throughout the bodies, and even more just in the palm of your hand. There's more chakras in the palm of your hand. So which is why a lot of people in my classes, you guys recognize this, a lot of times I'm rubbing my hands or giving the chocolate sign to empower my palm. So this is to awaken the chakras in my hands, the energy chakras in my hands. So there's multiple colors, but study the colors of the chakra, and these are the main colors that will show up in the aura. I give an example. When I was a kid, I noticed that my favorite teachers that I really enjoyed their classes. In fact, I sat there and I admired these teachers, and I really loved being in their presence. These teachers had two different colors, main colors in their auras. The first one would be blue. In fact, the more vibrant blue and deep, rich blue and bright and strong color. These are good communicators. These are the people that could explain things really well, or in their explanations, they made things interesting. For me, I enjoy hearing stories. So if you tell a good story to me, you'll have my focus, okay? So I enjoyed listening to stories. And so most of these teachers, interestingly, were English teachers and social studies teachers, because they talk story, okay? And their auras are blue. And the second color that I felt attracted to these people was green. And green is where, socializing, and it's a heart chakra, and so they have love and compassion for you. So these teachers, my favorite teachers, had blue and green auras in them, okay? And their predominant one was blue with a tinge of green. As long as the green was in there, their heart was in it, and I knew I could be comfortable with them, okay? There's other teachers, their colors were dull blue, and some of them the colors were oranges and yellows and different kinds of colors, and the heart really wasn't in teaching, and it showed. And so they were not my favorite teachers. I didn't care for them, okay? And the same thing with my friends, okay? My friends, if they had greenish hues around them and stuff, I knew that they could be trusted. If they were different colors, the colors that I was very cautious with were people with red or orange hues in their aura. I couldn't trust them. And if you think about it, what does a red flashing light or a yellow flashing light does to you if you're driving on a road? Yeah, one is to stop and proceed with caution. The other one is caution. The yellow, yeah, flashing yellow is caution. So these are signals that people were giving out in their auras that they couldn't be trusted. and you watch. So not only the auras would be flashing these different colors before you, but you watch what they say and you watch their behavior, the words out of their mouth and the way they behave to other people. It only verifies what the aura was showing. Okay. And again, like I said, auras change from moment to moment. These same people, these same kids with these yellow and red auras, you put them in a different situation, the whole colors change. The auras are way out there and they're really good. And in those moments, hey, you feel good being around them. Okay. So this aura field around you is not something permanent. It changes, but it's if you're aware of the changing colors of the aura, even in yourself, it can help you identify the proper behavior and way to help someone, or at least understand where they're coming from. If you see a lot of frustrated people, yeah, and you watch what's happening to their aura, is pulling in because they're angry, they're ready to explode, okay, and their auras are not going to be vibrant, okay, and so be careful of that in those situations. I mean, sometimes you don't even have to look at their aura, just by the words that's coming out to them and their body action and their body language. You don't need to look at the aura, run. Okay, so anyway, a very important tool that I just learned a couple hours ago was to how to check your own aura. And while I'm doing this shot right now, I'm looking in the back and to my side, especially around here. Let me move over here where there's a light going on. And let me change this a little bit better. Okay, so lighter color here and lighter color right on this side. So if you look around here, and you can do this in a mirror, or like I'm filming right now and I'm live and I'm looking and I can see how far my aura goes out. Okay, so it's kind of like way back here. So these are some of the things that we can actually see. Okay, and it's normally a kind of like a cloudy area, and there's distortion, and you can see it right around here. Okay, very interesting. So you can do this in a mirror, and again, it's best if your mirror, the mirror image, there's a neutral color in the back, a white or a light color in the back of you would be a good background to read your own aura, to see what's happening right at that moment. For some of us who are just starting and not accustomed to seeing colors, what you may see is a film, kind of like a film around, a film effect around my head or the object that you're looking at. And that is natural, okay? And that will happen. And however, if you continue looking for the aura, and if you cannot see a color, you can close your eyes and ask your subconscious to say, ask your subconscious, okay, what color is Dave's aura? And the first color come to your mind, that's it. Okay, and trust yourself, go for it. Okay, so yeah, I can see it. Oh, oh there, interesting. Anyway, so checking your aura is good practice to kind of like see where you're at and where your mind may be or where your health may be. And since I do have heart issues, you're going to see green. And green is a heart chakra color. And if you do see green, it also can be because I'm functioning out of love. A lot of the things that I'm doing, posting things, I'm sharing it out of love. I'm not asking for any money. Okay, so I'm just trying to share information so that we can better ourselves, better our lives. Okay, and along those lines, the last thing that I wanted to share with you folks is the Powerball is just going. I think it just went over 100 million for the jackpot, and which means um, I'm going to be posting the Powerball again. Okay, and if it drops, well, I'm not going to. If it drops and it starts off at 20 million, I'm not going to be posting. Someone won the Mega Millions, so we're back down to 20 million on the jackpot there. However, if the Powerball survives today and increases above 100, then I'll be posting. The thing that I'm going to be changing with the posting of the Powerball numbers is that I'm going to be posting it only once a week now. And this one day is a day that I don't have anything else scheduled, and except for calls that I get from clients, and this is on Saturday. So Saturday, this coming Saturday, if the Powerball doesn't increase more, I'll be posting my the Powerball numbers again. So I'll only be posting for Saturday. I will not be posting Monday or Wednesday, simply because my other responsibilities as a psychic reader and a healer has been increasing. So I need to spend more time taking care of my clients that way. I also am a professional reader for the Standards and Poor, so I'm being paid to predict these, either the rise or fall of the Standard and Poor. So that takes up time in every day, Monday through Friday. So because of these constraints and because of the increased things I'm doing, I can only post Powerball once a week, and that will be Saturday. Now, if you want to play the numbers that I post on Saturday for Monday, you're welcome to do that. Okay, so the numbers should be good. Okay, so until next time, in fact, until Friday night is when I'll be posting for Powerball. Until Friday night, this is Dave Wallace from Waiwa, Hawaii. Wishing you the best and stay safe out there. My prayers go out to all people in California, on the West Coast, all the way up to Oregon, okay, and then to Canada and the areas that being hit by this weather that's coming in. They call it a bomb, okay, and so a lot of rain, wind, and damage and flooding. So I pray that everything goes well there, okay, for everyone. So God bless and take care. And this is Dave Wallace from Waiwa, Hawaii, saying aloha.